Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2015 with the Rude Man. And I wanted to pop into this menu here because I hadn't looked at the achievements yet. I received an achievement the other day and I thought, well, what did I get that for? And so I popped in here after I closed the episode down, and I have an out of debt. I paid the entire bank loan. I don't remember doing that. And then I have fruits of your labor. You have harvested more than 10 hectares, whatever that is. Hectares, whatever that is. Is that an acre? The Nouveau Riche, your account has reached more than 1 million. I don't remember that. Mobile farmer, you have covered more than 100 miles with vehicles. And that's all I've gotten so far. And I can't remember which one I got. I think this is the one I got when I was playing the other day. Here's my question. I don't remember being out of debt. And so I'm wondering if... And the Nouveau Riche, your account has reached more than 1 million. Is that because I cheated it in? Are these achievements that you get for the game, not necessarily for each map? If that's the case, then I've cheated myself an achievement. But, oh well, what are you going to do? So anyway, I decided to take a look at that. Let's go into Bjornholm, just because we can. And we are back in Bjornholm. So, let's see here. What were we doing? It's nighttime, and we were harvesting in the dark. I do remember that. That's right. We were looking at the beautiful... where is it now? I'm turned around. It would be that way. The lights from the lighthouse. Where's our... There we are. Beautiful lighthouse there. And let's get him straightened out. And 49. There's the lighthouse. Lights on. Four-way flashers. There were lights flashing on my keyboard. I couldn't figure out what it was. At one point I must have locked something up on my keyboard. And I got a couple of things I want. And I'm getting confused as to what I have. So let me take a look in each map. Okay. I got that. That. A Husqvarna. Alright. So I do not have the large cedar that I don't have to cultivate with, which would be handy on this map. And I do not have, which is kind of funny actually, because I do have that on the other map, which I'm not really farming, I'm using for logging. And I do not have a larger trailer for the harvest. What I do have is some crops in the silos. So let's take a look at what we do have. Okay, so we have 49,000 in wheat and 10,000 in barley. And we have wood chips, which I don't have a front loader, so I can't do. Oh, now looky. Where's my mouse? Okay, this silage. If you remember, I was looking at the trailers, the tippers, and I couldn't figure out what that jelly roll icon was. Well, there it is. It's silage. So that's telling me that those tippers can haul silage. Good to know. Any day now. You know, I don't like harvesting at night, but even though I kind of like the fact that you do have some what I would call harvest moonlight. It looks awful dark on the horizon, but if you get out and look above, we've got some nice moonlight. Look at that. Look at the rays from the moon. Isn't that nice, coming through the clouds? So you do have light to harvest by. I wonder if we have a shadow. We don't have a shadow, do we? Only the shadow knows, and he's not here, so he can't tell us. So even though we've got some weather around us, where we're working is nice, bright harvest moonshine. And it makes it a little bit brighter. Not bright, I shouldn't say, but lighter, so it's not, you know, really. Now, there is a shadow, but the shadow's coming from that direction, but the moon is over there. So what's that all about? The shadow should be over here. All right. I guess we can't talk about how good the physics are in this game anymore. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll leave it at that. I'm no scientist. I don't know what physics would encompass. I don't know if physics would encompass shadows or not. That's probably astrological. Physics or physical. So yeah, probably not a good statement, but that's okay. Sue me. I'm no scientist. Just thank God I can pronounce physics. Yeah, you got that. You get that with certain times. You have to be careful what you say. I don't have to be too bad because I'm small potatoes. Nobody cares about me. But you get into some of these big YouTubers that are out there, and man, they get some comments that just tear them down if they say something wrong. And what it kind of reminds me of is, people that are too literal. And I guess to explain that, think about these TV shows where there's lawyers out there and somebody's on a stand and they come out and say, "Did you murder this guy?" Well, no, I'm not a murderer. I wouldn't even consider doing that. And they say, "Well, don't you play video games where you're shooting people and killing them?" Well, that doesn't mean I'd go out and do it in real life. Well, wait a minute. We have evidence that 3 months ago you had an argument with your wife and you said, "Well, sometimes I just like to shoot you. So you must be a murderer." Who among us have never said, "Oh God, I'd like to kill that guy"? Do you mean it? No. But when you get on in a court of law and it's gospel truth. He said he was going to kill somebody. Yeah, I'm thinking about killing all the lawyers, but other than that, so it's kind of nice being small potatoes where I don't have to worry too much about saying something and having somebody take me at gospel truth, actual fact. You can if you want to. I don't really care. As I make mistakes every day. I'm only human. What's that make you? You're human too, right? Don't we all sit at our computers in our underwear and eat Cheetos and drink Mountain Dew? If you do, I don't really want to know. It is kind of fun, though. I miss the good old days. My son, he's in college, and when he was home, we used to have Taco Tuesdays, and or Pizza Fridays or something like that. And I've got all the equipment. I've had every console, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, every one they've ever made, except for now. I don't have the Xbox One or the PS4, and because, you know, kids aren't home anymore, so what do I need them for? But I always had the big screen TV and the stereo sound system and all the toys. And so, you know, all the friends would come over. We'd have 4 or 5 guys over here, and if we were doing computer games, they would bring their laptops or their computers, and we'd set them up. My house is wired for sound and wired for Wi-Fi and everything you can think of, Bluetooth. So we'd have LAN parties and play World of Warcraft or whatever it was we were playing, Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy, whatever, you know, the game of the day was. And sometimes we would hook up Xbox or Sony PlayStation. My son had that, not Guitar Rock, what's the other one? I can't think of the other game. He had a game, and I was just, oh gosh, what was the name of it? Guitar Hero? I can't remember. But I do know that you could hook up like 2 guitars, a drum set, and a microphone, and he had all of the goodies. So we had this drum set. One of the guys would be on the drums, one of the guys would be singing, and then 2 guys playing guitar. And we just had a ball. I'll wait till he's full. It's easier that way. But I kind of miss those days, you know. We'd stay up all night, and we would literally be drinking Mountain Dew and eating Cheetos. And since I was a gamer, you know, I was always... They had to let me in, because, like when we were playing World of Warcraft, I was one that had all the high-level characters, you know, so... kind of had to let me in, you know. Hey, power level me. Yeah, remember those days? Turn that off. Turn that off. Ooh, now it really is dark. Every time I pull away and that pipe is still spilling seed out on the ground, I expect to see a big pile of seed on the ground. And let's see, we're doing... what do we got in prices nowadays? Canola, we know there's a sale. Wheat and barley is $6.56 at the grain elevator. $6.73 at the windmill. Now the windmill was up, was it north or west? Windmill was north. Let's see. Alright, I gotta turn this back on so I can see the map. Windmill. Windmill. Oh, the windmill's just west. Not too bad. Alright. I need money. I'm not going to wait for a great demand. Now here's something that is kind of cool. If you already have crop in your trailer, you don't have to select it when you pull under here. All you have to do is push the button and it finishes filling it. Watch this. Oh, am I under it? Oh, I lied. Well, it was doing it. Uh-oh. It was doing it before. Toggle map view. Right button. There, I was hitting the wrong button. So yeah, I was right. If you have something already in your trailer, you just come up and it already it sees what you have and it just fills it up. That's kind of cool. And we're heading west, young man. I like the new Inspector. The colors are so bright, and I like the colors the way they are, where it's green, and then it turns orange, and then it turns, you know, or yellow and red and green and blue and purple and pistachio colored. All the colors of a rainbow. Now that I remember, the windmill is a straight shot through here. Now that I remember it. Now see, it's green. Once it gets to a certain point, it's going to turn color again. I'm looking at the combine. See, it's turning kind of yellowish. Yeah. In the 70s, it starts to turn yellow. Now it's turning orange. It's going through the soft colored palette. It's kind of orangish now. And at a certain point, is this the windmill? Must be turning, the combine must be turning around. Like when it gets up past 90, does it turn red? Now see, I go from white. Yeah, it's a real dark orange now. And it's turning red. Until it's full. I love that. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Because you can kind of glance up there. If you see something red, you know you got to do something. Something needs unloaded. If you see something white, it's empty. No worries. Leave me alone. Okay, don't laugh at me, but I was a Minecraft player. Surprise, surprise. I play games. I started playing Minecraft when it first came out. My son was sitting in his room one day. I came in and said, "What are you doing?" "Playing a game." "What kind of game?" "It's called Minecraft." And I said, "Well, let me see what you're doing." And I looked over his shoulder, and here's these little square-headed people digging holes in the ground, and these big blocks. The graphics weren't real good. You know, it wasn't 3D or anything like that. And I thought, okay, what do you do? And he said, "Well, you dig and you break rocks and you dig and you build stuff." "Really?" "Okay." And I walked out scratching my head thinking, what kind of game is that? And a little bit of time went by, and I said, "You still playing that game?" He says, "Yeah, it's addictive." So I thought, well, what's it cost to play? It didn't cost anything, you know. Buy the game. Pretty cheap back then. And I started playing it. And I got addicted to it. And then they started doing Feed the Beast type stuff, and I got into that. And it's been about a year since I played, but I played for the whole time it was out. I played it. And I built world after world after world and had a whole ton of fun. Okay, we're going from yellow into green. And does it go from green to white? Let's see. And it's still dark green, light green, different shades of green. Green's for money, isn't it? I guess it goes from white to green or whatever. Huh, stays green. Maybe because that's guy's hired hand, probably. But so anyway, I played a lot of Minecraft, a whole heck of a lot. I got so tired of the Feed the Beast though, because it's kind of like you're cheating. You can do so much with it, and I kind of went back to the vanilla game, and then I stopped kind of playing. I haven't played Minecraft in about a year, and so maybe a little bit longer. But anyway, I 1.8 is out, and so I picked up Minecraft again. Oh, what am I doing? I was going to fill that up. So I updated Minecraft and started playing it, and I thought, you know what? I haven't played Minecraft since I started making videos. So I think I'll make a Minecraft video. Why not? I'm playing it. Why not just record it while I'm playing it? Now, I'm not going to upload them. I might eventually, but I'm not going to upload them. Wait a minute. I lied. I'm going to upload them. I'm making them, and I'm going to upload them. And then at some point in time, when I feel like I want to, I will publish them. Now, I can record them and render them and upload them and have them ready on YouTube, and then all I have to do is push a button to make them public view. Everything that I do, every video I make, I upload as private, that I'm the only one that can see it. And so I might have, well, let's take Farming Simulator. You're probably on whatever version or episode of Farming Simulator. Let's say you're watching currently episode 10. I may be recording right now. What you're seeing here might be episode 15. And because I try to keep some, recorded in case something happens to me, I can, like if I have to leave on a trip or something, all I have to do is push a button and boom, you're watching the next episode. So I think what I'm going to do is continue playing Minecraft and recording it, and I may never make them public. I don't know. There may come a time where I might. I got a couple other games I'm playing that I've made videos of that I haven't made public. I'm recording Mass Effect, and I'm not making them public. I just love Mass Effect. Mass Effect and Dragon Age. I screwed up on the Dragon Age. I should have started playing Dragon Age a month or two ago, because the new Dragon Age is going to come out, and I should have started recording those earlier so I could get at least Dragon Age Origin out of the way, and if not Dragon Age 2. I think Dragon Age 2 is going to be more similar to the new one than Dragon Age Origins is. From a little bit I've seen, everybody's saying, oh well, it's not Dragon Age Origins. Well, no, it's not. It's Dragon Age Inquisition. They're trying to compare it to that. They're not comparing it to Dragon Age 2 because a lot of people didn't like Dragon Age 2. I did, but a lot of people don't. But I would consider myself a casual gamer, and the reason I say that is I don't get all tied up in the lore of a game, and I don't get overly into, well, you can't use that weapon with that character because the stats on that weapon are blah blah blah, and it's not made for that particular character. That's a rogue weapon, only a rogue can use it. I don't get into that. I'm a casual gamer. I just like to have fun, and if I like the way that sword looks, I'm going to use it, especially if it's better than the one I'm already using. Now, that being said, there's a lot of games where I get geared up and I look like a clown because nothing matches. But I'm having fun playing the game the way I play it. You're having fun playing it the way you play it. If you want to make sure that you know every stat in the game, and what everything does, and how to make a piece of weapon perfect for the use it was meant for, more power to you. That's just not fun for me. Fun for me in those kind of games is exploring, finding new places that I haven't seen before, seeing how an elf plays different than a dwarf, seeing if there's dialogue that's different. That's the fun I get out of it. I like to do quests. I'm a quest doer. I get frustrated with some of the quests like everybody else. For example, I hate quests where you have to guide somebody someplace. You need to get this person from this town to that town and protect them. The escort quests. I hate escort quests. And I get a little frustrated when they say, okay, we have a quest for you to go into that dungeon, and way in the back of that dungeon there's a weapon you need to get and bring it back out to this guy over in this town over here, and you will be rewarded, you know, for that. And you run all the way in there, you kill everything in that damn dungeon, you get that thing, you get all the way back, and then when you get back they say, okay, now what we want you to do to get to the next stage is the hilt for that weapon was right next to it, and you didn't, you know, now you need to go back and get it. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have told me that in the first place? And there's a lot of games that do that. Frustrating. Oh, and of course the dungeon is repopulated with bad things. You know, you can't just go run back in there. Nah, you gotta fight your way all the way through again. But that's the fun of the game, I guess. Alright, what's this guy doing? Nothing. He's not doing nothing. I don't even know where I'm at. It's so dark. Turn some lights on. That didn't help. Where am I? Oh, field 25. We're in that little dog leg on field 25 over by where the hired hand lives. So this field is done and ready to be seeded. That field's done and ready to be seeded. We'll start this guy working on this field over here. I really love the equipment in this game. I love the way it feels, the way it drives. It just drives really nice. I really do, and I like the animations are good. Let's see how the combine's doing. He's full. Might as well get that. Lights on. Four-way flashers. Wonder if I can set up a key to turn all that stuff on. I get tired of having to hit the beacons and the lights and the flashers. Maybe I've got a recordable keyboard. Maybe I can record a key that I can hit that turns all the lights on, the four-way flashers, and if you have a beacon, the beacon. If you have the bacon, to eat the bacon, you know. Key number 5, eat the bacon. Key number 6, get your wife to go in and bake the bacon. Or not bake it, I guess you don't bake it. Yeah, whatever you do. What do you do with bacon? Grill it? Fry it? I just eat it. I didn't know I had a key set up for the horn. Oh, that's a cheesy horn for a tractor, isn't it? There's the map. Okay, that key. I have 2 keys that aren't doing anything. Let me try that. Bear with me. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to hit that key and enter the keys. Let's see. It's enter. that key, and that key, and that key, and record. Alright, now I'm going to hit this key and see what happens. Woohoo! Now, I don't have a beacon, so I can't tell if that works. So now I have one key to hit and it turns everything on. What it does is in the background it's talking dirty to it. Oh, come on, baby, turn on for me. I can't. I'm missing your brightness. Come on, light. You can do it. Yeah, talk dirty to me. Should call it that, the talk dirty to me key. Windmill, here we come. Alright. How much money did we have? Because we've got 37,000. And this is what, the second or third load I've made? Are we not making any money for this? Man, that's a big boulder. I'd call that a landmark. Yeah, you drive past a big boulder. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time with directions. If somebody says to me, well, you drive north for 2.25 miles and then turn east, and, you know, that kind of... what? I'm lost. You have to tell me, okay, there's a blue house on the end of the street. Take a right at the blue house. Drive straight as piss until you come to the yellow garage. And then there's a house with... that's how I get to places. There are worse people out there about that than me, though. I used to work in a place called Cannon Beach. It's right on the beach. And tourists would come in. How do you get to the beach? Are you kidding me? Look west and see that big body of water. That's called an ocean. There's a beach on it. But they'd also come in and ask questions like, what time of the year is high tide? Well, I hate to tell you, but it's twice a day. What time of the year do deer become elk? And so we have a phrase in this area called slow elk. If you're driving by and you tell tourists, yeah, we have a bunch of slow elk just down the road there. There's a pasture of slow elk you can go look at. Slow elk is cattle. Yeah, you might be able to catch up with them and tip them. Cow tipping's always a lot of fun. Kind of like going on a snipe hunt. So we're up to 43,000. I think we can buy either the bigger trailer, bigger tipper, or the seeder. I think the seeder would be more handy than the tipper. With this combine, I can take 2 loads of this combine in one go. So, but it takes forever to seed a field with that little seeder. So, I think probably the seeder is what I will buy first. And I'm going to keep the old seeder, like I said in the previous episode, because it can do things that the new seeder can't, the bigger seeder can't. It can make pancakes for you and all that kind of good stuff. It'll cook eggs any way you want. So that's the one I want. Gotta watch that guy. I think this combine's gonna be finished before. Well, I know it is before that guy catches up. I just love that lighthouse. I want one in my yard. And this lighthouse can be yours from 1995. And if you call today, in the next half hour, we'll give you a second lighthouse at no extra charge. That's right. The lighthouse is only $19.99. All you have to do is pay $1 million to have it shipped to your house, and it's all yours. It's like that old joke. Yeah, this car over here is only $1,000. Now the title and the key, that's going to cost you $30,000. Some places get you that way too. That's how they advertise. Yeah, we got a big screen TV over here for $5.99. Yeah, till you get over there and find out that there's a whole bunch of stuff that make it pretty much worth what you'd buy it for anywhere else. That's the kind of place you walk into, you expect them to look at you and smile and laugh and say, "Hey, we got you. We got you." Yeah, you did. Got me to drive a half hour to get here for nothing. Thanks a lot. At $4 a gallon. $57% and counting. There's a movie out called Interstellar. I was going to go see it today. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it, and that girl that played in Ella Enchanted. What's her name? Can't think of her name. Anyway, I thought it looked. I was going to say Jane Hathaway. That's the woman in Beverly Hillbillies. Anne Hathaway. That's who I'm trying to think of. Anyway, the movie kind of looked interesting to me, and then I started watching the previews. Now, the previews were actually pretty good, and my interest peaked more from the previews of the movie. Then I started seeing all the media, saying that, oh, this is the best movie since sliced bread. All the critics love it. And oh God, you just ruined the movie. If all the critics like it, and all the newspapers and all the TV stations and all the media is in love with it, then oh geez, it's got to be a dog movie. Now, that's not necessarily 100% accurate, but I tell you, a lot of times if the critics like it, it's not a good movie. I still might go see it. We have a Costco here in town. I'm sure everybody's heard of Costco. And they have a deal where you can buy movie tickets. We have coming attractions theaters around here. And you can buy, it's like a card, like a credit card type thing. And it's worth X amount of money. And you can buy it cheaper than, so let's say, I can't remember. My wife buys them, but let's say you buy the thing and it's worth $25 and you pay $20 for it. Okay, so right off the top, you've saved $5 because when you go to the movie theater, it's worth $25 and you just paid $20 for it. So it makes it kind of handy. And what I do is because I'm on. A kind of a fixed budget, if you will. I try to save as much money as I can now because that's the way it is. And the thing is, I will buy one every payday. Well, not every payday, but I want 2 or 3 of them stacked up so that when movies come out, you know, if you're kind of on a budget and you can't go to a movie every weekend, maybe you can see a movie a month, or maybe 2 movies a month, whatever that is, whatever it works out to be. But what if there's 3 movies out that month that you want to see, or 4 movies? Well, I don't have the money in the budget to go see 4 movies. I only have the money in the budget to see 2. So then there's some months where there isn't anything that you really want to go see. So what I'll do is I'll buy one every month and kind of stack them up so that if there's 3 movies coming on at Christmas time, I got 3 of those cards lined up. So I can't remember what a ticket costs. It's like $7-8, something like that. But if you get a large pop and a popcorn, that's almost $13 just for pop and popcorn. I can't go see a movie without pop and popcorn. That's half the reason I go. You know, because if the movie's no good, at least you can enjoy the pop and the popcorn. And in the coming attractions theater, if you buy a large popcorn, you can have it refilled. And so that's good. And so a lot of times we'll buy a large popcorn and we'll eat most of it. And then before we leave the theater, we'll dump what we didn't eat and go up to the counter and have it refilled and take it home. Recently, they started letting you refill the pop too. So what we do is we buy 1 popcorn, which is more than enough for, you know, 2 people, and we'll buy a large pop, and then we just share the pop, and then halfway through the movie, well, on the popcorn, halfway through the movie, we just go and refill it again. So anyway, I'm undecided whether I want to go see the movie or not. And I suppose, you know, I read the books on the, I was going to say Popping Jay, Hunger Games. Mockingjay, I think it is. I was going to say Poppin' Jay. I read all the books, and I've watched the first 2 movies, so I suppose I got to go see the 3rd movie. Third movie didn't look like as exciting as I thought the first one was. The first one was good. The second one was okay. And, you know, I don't know. I kind of got to go see it, though. Can't not see it, I suppose. But I'm kind of wondering, because I noticed that they split it into 2 movies. The more money to get out of you. I don't remember the book being that long, that they'd have to split it up into 2 movies, but they did. I remember the first time I went to see Lord of the Rings, and at the end of the movie, it just ends. And there were people behind us, more than a couple. What? Why'd they stop the movie? It's a trilogy? Didn't you read the book? They were so disappointed. I thought, are you kidding me? It's a trilogy. You saw the first book. Oh, I'm full. Can't eat no more. I'm full of bacon. I'm full of something else, but I can't say it on a family channel. But I don't have to tell you guys that I'm full of whatever I was going to say that I can't say. All right, well, it's that time again, folks. I'm going to have to call it an episode. And hopefully it'll be daylight when we come back. I still have 2 more fields to harvest. Oops. Almost missed my combine. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Have fun farming.